second saying of Jesus was, "Assuredly, I say unto you, today you will be with me in paradise." I'm just going to read the reading from which this is in context with in English. It's found in Luke 23:35, and it says, "And the people stood looking on, but even the rulers and them sneered, saying, He saved others, let him save himself, if he is the Christ, the chosen of God." The soldiers also mocked him, coming and offering him sour wine, and saying, "If you are the King of the Jews, save yourself." And an inscription also was written over him in letters of Greek, Latin, and Hebrew, saying, "This is the King of the Jews." Then one of the criminals that were hanged blasphemed him, saying, "If you are the Christ, save yourself and us." But the other criminal answered, rebuked him, saying, Do you not even fear God, seeing you are under the same condemnation? And we indeed justly, for we receive the due reward for our deeds. But this man has done nothing wrong. Then he said to Jesus, "Lord, remember me when you come into your kingdom." And Jesus said to him, "Assuredly, I say to you, today you will be with me in paradise." I've just written down some things of how that scripture spoke to me and the things that I really thought affected me from it. And the first one is that although Jesus died for all humanity's sin, salvation is an individual choice and response. I love that Jesus took the time to respond individually to the thief, even while Jesus was going through all that pain, suffering, and humiliation on the cross. And he gave that thief salvation. It shows he's a personal God, that each and every one of us is important to him. The second thing that spoke to me was forgiveness is very powerful. The thieves on the cross would have seen and heard everything that was happening to Jesus. They would also have seen Jesus' response and reaction to the taunts, the insults, the giving the sour wine, the things people were saying to him. But instead of not returning the insults and cursing them, Jesus forgave them. And he asked God to forgive them, saying they don't know what they're doing. I believe this gave one of the thieves powerful revelation that Jesus is the Son of God. When the other thieves started mocking Jesus, this thief rebuked him, saying they deserved the punishment, but that Jesus was innocent, and he said, "Lord, remember me when you come into your kingdom." So I think he knew that Jesus, he had that revelation, an epiphany that Jesus was Lord. Then Jesus replied to him, "Assuredly, today you will be with me in paradise." I love how Jesus said assuredly. I think he could have just said, "You'll be with me in paradise." But the dictionary meaning for assure means to tell someone something positively so that they have no doubt. And I think that really speaks to Jesus' character, to Yeshua and that guy. The third thing that spoke to me in there, I feel it reminds us that we are all saved by grace. This man didn't have an opportunity to join a church, to do good works for Jesus. I mean, we do those things, but we do them out of a love for Jesus. We don't do them as a requirement to be saved. And I think as we grow in Jesus, after we become saved, we do more of those things. But I also think there's a verse, Ephesians 2:8, "For by grace you have been saved through faith. It is a gift of God, not of works, lest any man should boast." So it reminds me of that. Also the other thing that spoke to me is God's wonderful love for us. That thief on the cross was guilty, said he was guilty, and he deserved, for the crimes he'd done, and he deserved that type of death. Which makes you realise how, if he felt he deserved that, makes you wonder the kind of things he did. But he still was forgiven and went to paradise with Jesus. And I think that speaks of God's wonderful love for us, that there's nothing, no situation beyond God's forgiveness and his salvation. And the last thing that it spoke to me was Jesus' wonderful love for us. I wonder how we would respond if we were up there and innocent and all these people were doing all these terrible things. I mean, it'd be pretty tempting to pull the angels down and just obliterate them and maybe start a whole new race or make them humans or whatever, you know. But he didn't. And I think the fact that he said, today you will be with me in paradise, that's a future tense. So it shows, I think, that God knew he was going to go through all that and still remain loving to us and caring for us. I think I'll just read Isaiah 53. I'm not really good with the phone, sorry. No, sorry, Hebrews 12:3 I want to read. Sorry. I'm a bit nervous up here. Anyway, I'm having difficulty getting on my phone. But it says,
I'll stay there with you.
thank you.
Who for the joy that was set before him, endure the cross, despising the shame.
There you go. Thanks, I just think it's a wonderful day to reflect on how wonderful Jesus and God are to us. Thank you.